there. So today I wanted to do a July TBR video. I personally do TBR videos for my months, even though I don't film like YouTube in the past, just because I like to have a pile of books that I know that I want to get to in the month of July. My dogs wanted to say hi. This is Mia. And it also keeps me kind of limited. Sometimes I get overwhelmed when I see all of the books that I want to read. So I like to pick out specific books for the month that I kind of want to get to. And I'm really good at sticking to it as well. So I wanted to show you the books that I picked out for me to read in the month of July. So I am a part of 3 book clubs on Fable, and then I like to keep on track with any book series that I'm in the middle of. So I kind of have this structured in a way that I can get to them. So yeah, I was a little bit over ambitious in my TBR. I have 10 books that I have on here. Who knows if I'm going to get to it? I feel like I'm probably not going to, but it's okay. That's fine. So I'm just going to get started. I have my stack here for the first book, and it's for one of my book clubs on Fable. It's kind of like a ladies classic book club. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'll put it up here. They chose the Odyssey by Homer. This one is the translation from Emily Wilson. I actually did start this book already. I read the first 2 chapters or books in this and was enjoying it. I really do like the Emily Wilson version of it, because I have another version of it. I forgot who translated it. I think it's Richard, something like that. But that one was kind of easy for me to understand, but this one's a lot easier. And I like to I just want to read the story, you know what I mean? I want to get the gist. I do really want to go see the movie as well. I read this a long ass time ago, like in high school, or maybe even middle school. I'm not sure when, but I read this a really long time ago, so I kind of do know what's going on in this. But I wanted to pick up the Odyssey. I wanted to read Beowulf after I read the Odyssey, and then after I read the Beowulf, I wanted to read this book called Grendel, I think it's called. I have it on my lit fic shelf. Who knows what it is, but it's basically in the point of view of the monster that's in specifically Beowulf. So I kind of just wanted to read that, and I can get started with the Odyssey, maybe even read the Iliad after this. But as I was saying, I was really enjoying this translation of it. It was really easy to read and pretty fast paced. So this is the first one. The second one is Emmy's book club on Fable's pick. I've had this on my shelf for a while, and I still don't know if this is going to be the actual pick. So this is just the one that's the highest right now. So I'm just assuming if another one takes precedent or overseeds this pick, then I'm just going to swap it out. But I'm hoping to stick with this one because I have had this on my shelf for a while. So this is the book In the Veins of the Drowning by Kalie Cassisy. I don't know much about this. I just know it's a good book. I guess it's a romantasy story. I don't even really know what the tropes are in this. Let's see. It says Imogen Nell is in hiding from a cruel kingdom that believes sirens and monstrous, bloody, hungry creatures, hiding from a king and his captain who viciously hunt her kind, hiding from her own alluring abilities by keeping herself from the sea. Imogen's bloodlust is dulled, and her black wings remain concealed beneath her skin. Sure. It's giving me, or maybe sirens versus angels, something like that. I'm not really sure. I haven't really read much angel fantasy or siren fantasy, if I'm being honest. So I think this would be really interesting. I heard that the prose in this was pretty good, but I guess we'll see. I'm excited to read this. It's been on my shelf, so I would definitely love to get to it. So this would be the second book. The third book I have would be the continuation of a series. So I'm in the middle of the Zodiac Academy, and I actually have the very last book to read. And I've been kind of pushing it off because I'm scared. I've read so many books in this series, so when the finale's finally supposed to happen and I'm about to read it, I'm kind of like nervous about it. I don't know what it's called, but I'll put it on the screen. But basically, this is technically the 9th book, I believe, in the Zodiac Academy series, and it's just basically the finale. So I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to see what the outcome is. I kind of have an idea what it is because I've had some spoilers, but I don't know the full scope. So I'm excited to see what what happens. I'm hoping a lot of good stuff this time, since I've been like literally dragged through the ringer for all the other books. So the next book I wanted to read is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I had this copy on my shelf for a while. I haven't read any Tessa Bailey books at all, and I thought this was a good one since we're still technically in summer, although sometimes I feel like August is just the prequel to fall. But I wanted to get to a summer book before I ended officially summer, so I wanted to pick this up. This one's like the special edition, I guess, from Target. I believe I got this from. It is really cute, I will say. It's very, very summery. It's giving me like Cape Cod kind of feelings. But I don't know really much about this. I'm also hoping this is like the first in its little series that there is, and it is the first in the little like series that this is in. I think it's like Hook, Line, and Sinker, or maybe that's the name of the second book. I'm not really sure, but I do want to pick it up. I don't really know much about this either. I know a lot of people love Tessa Bailey books, and that they always say that they're fun and lighthearted to read, so that's why I just wanted to pick it up. I guess this says it is a enemies to lovers romance. I guess we'll see how, like, when I'm thinking enemies to lovers, I'm thinking like Cruel Prince. Like, I'm always comparing enemies to lovers to Cruel Prince because Holly Black did it so well in that series, where I truly believed, like, I even hated Carden, and then he won me over towards the end. So that one was, I feel like, just perfect. So when I hear it in, like, I don't know, when I hear it in romance books, it's almost like, okay, like, you didn't, I don't know, it's just, it's not as believable. But I guess the guy, actually, I don't know, I don't really know what's going on in this book, but I guess we will find out and see. It's pretty short. It seems like a good quick read. If I like it enough, maybe I'll read the second installment in this. Actually, I did see, the second book is called Hook, Line, and Sinker. So I guess we'll just see. Okay, so the next book that I want to read is Rune Breaker. I don't know who the author is. I completely forgot. But this is the book club pick for Laura's book club on Fable, and I haven't really heard too much about it. I know it's a new release. I know that it's coming out this month, I think, or in August, I mean, the end of August maybe. So I'm gonna see how I can get a copy of this book and read it, but I will try to figure it out. If not, I might have to push this towards the end of the month, but I definitely want to read this. It's a fantasy, romantasy. That's all I really know about it. I think there has to do with runes, and I'm thinking she's breaking them. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Next book on my list that I want to read is Anne of the Islands by L.M. Montgomery. This is book 3 of Anne and Green Gables. I read the second one in July, and I just want to make sure, maybe I kept saying July, not August. I'm thinking, did I say my July TBR or did I say my August TBR? Because now I'm really confused on what I said. So I do apologize. Anyway, I read Anne of Green Gables, the second one, in July, and I want to continue it in June or August. I'm getting my months fucked up. But yeah, this is just continuing. I'm really excited about it. I think this is her going off to college. So I'm excited, and maybe even finding some romance. So I'm definitely excited to see what's going on. I did start watching the Anne with an E on Netflix, and I was really liking it. I just need to continue. I'm really stuck at continuing, like, watching any TV at the moment. Like, I have a list of TV shows and list of movies I really want to watch, but I don't know. At this moment, I've just been consumed with either reading or playing Palia. So I just, like, don't want to do anything else when I'm at home. But yeah, I'm excited to get to this one. I've really been loving the first two books, so I'm hoping this just continues. But yeah. Next on my list, so I've been doing this thing with myself that I've gotten a lot of special edition books, and I used to get both Illumicrate and Fairy Loot way back in the day. Now I'm back on Fairy Loot, but I'm not on Illumicrate anymore. But I do have like a bunch of special edition books that I haven't gotten to yet. So I had to take some of my spine, because up here I have all my spines showing. Also, if you see this, it's annoying to me too, so I guess don't mind it. But I don't have enough room for all of them, so I took off my least favorite special editions and put them kind of to the side. But I want to make my way through them and see which ones do I actually like or want to read or want to keep. So it's kind of like my own read it or unhaul it. So this one is the first on the list. This is Violet Maid of Thorns by Gina Chen. This is from Fairy Loot from a while ago. I'm not sure how long ago, but I still have the little author's note. So I believe this is a YA, but I could be wrong. This is just what the cover looks like. There's no reverse jacket, but it does have like a printed back, hardback. Don't really know much about what this is going to be, but basically it says that if you like Cruel Prince and Serpent of Dove, I've not read Serpent of Dove, but I have read The Cruel Prince and I love The Cruel Prince. So it does make me hopeful that I might really like it. But yeah, other than that, I don't know too much about it. This is a fantasy debut from this author when this came out. Not sure if she made any more. And it's about a morally gray witch, a cursed prince, and a prophecy that ignites their fate-twisted destinies. So I am excited to get to it. It's been on my shelf for a good minute, so I like to see if I truly do like this book or if I'm just gonna kick it out of this house. The next one I have is The Listeners by Maggie Stiefvater. I heard people say it was really good. Again, I don't know anything about it. I know that it is a literary fiction book, and it was the Barnes & Noble's book club. I wonder if that's why I got this. Not sure. Is a portrait of an irresistible heroine in unlikely romance in a hotel in a world in peril. I think this is maybe it's a historical fiction. The setting is in 1942, and yeah, something to do with some war. Who knows? I guess it's kind of like a war love story, maybe. I don't know. I'm excited to read it. It's been a minute since I read lit fic, so I do want to pick some up. I do enjoy literary fiction, so Yeah, the next book that I'm hopeful to pick up, this might be like the end of how much I can really read, but the next book I have is When the Moon Hatched 2, so the Ballad of Falling Dragons, I think it's what it's called. So yeah, this is book 2 in the Moon Plume series. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. But it's just following the second book. I really enjoyed the first book. I want to continue. This book just came out, I think, a couple months ago. So I don't know. A part of me kind of wants to hold off on reading the second one just because then I'm going to have to wait like a year or more for the third one. And I hate waiting for a series. Like Fourth Wing, waiting years for the next one is excruciating, and so I don't like doing that. It also makes you kind of lose interest, I feel like, in a lot of these books. So, but I can understand, like, the author can't pump out books back to back. And then the last book on my list, technically, is a nonfiction book. I don't know if I read any this year, and I used to read more often nonfiction, but I kind of fell off because I just been on such a romantasy kick. But I do want to get back to some of my nonfiction books that I was interested in. There was a time period that I got a lot of wildlife based nonfiction because I am a wildlife degree, and I also I'm in the wildlife space. I'm not in wildlife space, I'm in the animal space, but I picked this one up a while ago. I think I got this when I was living in Oregon a couple years ago. It's called Beloved Beasts. This is a nonfiction, and basically it says fighting for life in an age of extinction. And it talks a lot about conservation, basically. That's kind of what I got my degree in. So I just like learning more about the topic. It talks about conservation history, and how that's transforming to today. And I think that's about it. I'm not really sure. I'm hoping it's really interesting. Sometimes about these animal nonfictions, they can feel kind of textbook-ish, and I really hate that. So I'm hoping this doesn't feel like a textbook. I'm hoping it feels like a readable book, or like pictures within the book, just to give you some more context, which I think is really interesting. Before I let you go, I did want to mention that I am also hoping to get through 2 more books, which makes it so I might not read all these books in this in the month of August, but that's fine. And that is Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms. I'm buddy reading those at the moment. A lot of pages, and that's a lot of stuff I have to get through. I know I'm going to definitely get through it in the month of August, but those are ones that I am in the middle of at this moment as well. So yeah, but that's all I have. I know that this month seems really ambitious, and it probably is. Maybe I might read a couple of these on audiobook to see if it's just so I can have an audiobook read. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm excited for this read just because we have a good variety. I'm also checking a lot of books off my TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.